Hi, my name is Hope Burke, and I am pleased to present to you a solution on locating needs through Intranet's navigation. Today, we have 3 measurable presentation outcomes that are desired for you to attain by the end of this presentation. Our first outcome is to competently explain the purpose of the Intranet and relate mobile and laptop interfaces to the computing system. Then we will analyze available resources provided on the Intranet to the appropriate needs of the learner. And finally, construct requests of needs and identify procedures after requests are submitted. The school staff has a busy day where they nurture, teach skills, advocate, and collect students' data. This photo is a perfect depiction of what the learner's role feels like. Therefore, staff are currently working at a fast pace during their planning time to physically receive the support to get the job done. Based on data collected from the staff, it showed 83% agreed with the statement, "I want access to information efficiently," whereas only 33% of the target audience agreed with the assertion, "Requesting items is easy." This proves a significant needs gap. The data also indicated that staff acknowledged that the intranet exists, but lacked the skill to navigate the system to retrieve support quickly. The question is how? But before we get into the how, when a designer begins to develop a training, it is imperative to identify the ethical effects of the course in regards to its accessibility, learner characteristics, and its diversity and inclusion. The course will include live captioning with contrasting colors for videos and other visuals, readable fonts provided for instruction, and it is communicated verbally and on display. Provide scaffolds to further support learners, and use images that are fair in representation of race, gender, age, and physical limitations. To answer the question how, don't worry, there is a plan. Our first learning objective is by the completion of the training, staff will be able to competently explain the purpose of the Intranet and relate mobile and laptop interface to the computing system. The skills that are meant to help accomplish the learning outcome are identified as performance outcomes. The first performance outcome is to have learners define the Intranet and restate its purpose with 100% accuracy. Then, if given a laptop or mobile device, the learner will be able to locate the Intranet's interface with 100% accuracy. The second learning objective is by the completion of training, learners will be able to analyze available resources provided on the Intranet to the appropriate need of the learner. This can be accomplished as the learners review the purpose of available aid, propose a need for the appropriate aid to support and create avenues to locate the Intranet that best suit the learner's organization style. Finally, the last learning objective is by the completion of training, staff will competently construct requests of the need and identify procedures after requests are submitted. Learners will gain the skills as they competently distinguish what needs are solved through the Intranet and what needs are more immediate in solution. Learners will be able to formulate correct wordage and description of the request with 100% accuracy, and finally be able to competently express the procedure for after submission. Instructional strategy is meant to motivate learners as they create meaningful relationships toward the content. As the text states, the design should activate existing knowledge structures and then help the learner to alter and encode the new structures. This training will happen synchronously in an in-person instructor-led small workshops. The staff will be divided by department. This way, learners will be more comfortable and display confidence as they collaborate with their peers. The learners will participate in prompt questions, group discussions, interactive instruction with software, and scenario-based activities. These materials will directly aid in instruction during the course as they recall, integrate, and practice learning and performance outcomes. The materials that the learners will use are their school-provided laptops and phones, as the Intranet is already embedded into these devices. A presentation via Neurapod will carry its content as it allows more interactive components like videos and quizzes as a chance to engage with the facilitator and instruction. The delivery method for this training will be in the form of handouts. The handouts will be distributed amongst the learner in the beginning of the first session, but it is expected that the learner bring the tool to the second session. The handouts will be stored on the intranet in case learners misplace handouts. These materials are meant to support the target audience while they learn the training's policies and procedures. They are also allowed to take notes or jot questions to further create connections with the content. Handouts will allow the more introverted learners a chance to engage in content in a way they feel comfortable. Prompt questions, group discussions, and scenario-based activities will be the formative assessment as an ungraded task. This assessment will allow the instructor to reinforce content and redirect any misconceptions to facilitate a successful training environment. The summative assessment will be self-assessed checklists for learners to evaluate their progress throughout the sessions. The results will determine proficiency for post-instruction. As the text states, instructor-led courses require accurate time estimates, and there are no magic formulas for predicting time requirements. Here is an estimated timeline of how much time I believe it will take to concoct and deliver this course. During week 1, I will develop the presentation deck, facilitator's guide, handout, and learner's checklist. Week 2, I will deliver on finalizing the materials from week 1, as well as train the facilitators. Week 3 and 4 will begin the course instruction to the learners. And that concludes this presentation. Feel free to reach out to yours truly for any questions, comments, or concerns. Thank you.